It is 7:02 p.m. on March 23rd, Tuesday, March 23rd, 2021. And we're going to open the administrative board meeting. Will you do roll call, please?
I have trustees Chris Samples,
Here.
John Talbot,
Here.
William Luxinger is absent, Dina Simpson,
Here.
Jen Christensen,
Here.
Jared Doan is absent, President Rick Worm,
Here.
Treasurer Brenda Onabaney,
Here.
I Clerk Sandy Mazem here, and Public Works Supervisor Brett Fergie.
Here. All right, we have one awaiting to attend remotely. I'm not sure why, but
Who is it? Attending remotely.
I have Jared attending remotely at this time. William is not on.
I'll make a motion, let Jared Doan participate remotely due to,
So can we talk about that for a moment?
oh,
So Jared is asking to participate remotely as he is at home with childcare.
motion, let Jared Doan participate remotely due to circumstances at home requiring childcare.
Second.
John makes a motion to let Jared Doan attend remotely. Jen seconds. We have to do roll call.
Jen,
Yes.
Jared, he's absent. John,
Yes.
Dina,
Yes.
Chris,
Present.
William is absent. Jared.
7:04.
Jared. Jared, are you here?
You're muted.
Jared is not here right now.
All right, when we can get him here, we'll call him into attendance because it's already approved.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, 7:05.
He's just the phone.
All right. Again, apologize for my tardiness tonight. I actually had a resident call me with a really good idea, and we were discussing it. He was bringing up the idea. I'll wait till we get down to that committee and we'll talk about it then. That'll probably be easier than trying to jump out of order. Read the consent agenda items, please.
Yep, tonight for approval on the consent agenda is item number 1, the February 23rd, 2021 administrative board minutes. And item number 2 is the bills payable warrant list dated March 23rd, 2021.
At this time, do any of the board members wish to remove any of the items from the consent agenda for further discussion? Not hearing any. On Hannaford's first motion.
I move to place agenda items 1 and 2 inclusively as consent agenda items. Further, I move that all items be considered together as the consent agenda.
Second.
Jen makes a motion to include item or to place items 1 and 2 inclusively as the consent agenda. John seconds. Roll call, please.
Jen,
Yes.
Jared,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Dina,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
and William's absent.
Motion passes at 7:06. That leads us to the second motion.
I move to adopt items 1 and 2 inclusively on the consent agenda in a single group pursuant to the omnibus vote procedure specified in the Illinois Municipal Code.
I'll second that.
Jen moves to adopt items 1 and 2 inclusively as the consent agenda. Dina seconds. Roll call, please.
Jared,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Dina,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
William's absent. Jen,
Yes.
7:06. We'll move on to the report of the officers, and I have nothing new this evening. Sandy?
So the meeting room, starting tomorrow morning, in some fashion, will start to be disassembled for some new carpet to be installed. So for the next 2 weeks, there is not a meeting room availability, which leads me to there's no meeting next week because it's a 5th Tuesday. So I would just ask that during that time, you guys refrain from coming in here until 2 weeks from today so that we have the ability to work as we have time.
Except for tomorrow, we're supposed to have a bid opening here.
You might notice me working on disassembly while that bid opening is happening.
But that's
that
gonna
is
go
the-
forward.
That is the final thing that is to occur in this room tomorrow.
All right, thanks.
Yep. But, and then, I just shoved it in there. No meeting next week. Let me know if you need a reminder email. Otherwise, no meeting next week.
I always like it when you remind me.
Yeah, because I kind of like, well, wait a
I
minute.
sent out the reminder because I have to admit, I've shown up here by myself on Tuesdays. So
I've drove by and then figured it out.
you get so used to it and you're like, where's everybody else at?
Yeah, maybe I'll do a text because that way I know you guys will.
It's
see
really
it
quick and
sooner.
fast.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Usually what helps me is when I go in and I'm like, there's no packet. Why is there no packet? But
True.
there's no meeting.
Yeah, yeah, so you won't get a packet next week either,
It usually
but
takes me
yeah,
until about Sunday night, like, oh, hey.
there will be some construction going on. At some point, the desks will be moved out of here, so we just ask that you stay out of here for the next 2 weeks. If you need something from in here, let us know. One of us can grab it for you.
We all have that Pavlov's dog, the conditioned response to show up on Tuesdays.
I know.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
Chapter 17.
All right, move on to the treasurer.
Nothing right now.
All right, go to the committees, community development.
All I have is that on Saturday, we had the drive-through Easter event. And it went really well, really fast,
It was fun.
and we had some fun.
It was fun.
I think I had about 175 or so.
And I will tell you, like, seriously, for those that like just, the stuff that you got for the kids was really remarkable. It was really cute, fun stuff to do for the kids. I was really impressed.
I did receive a video of some of the stuff that was in the bags being enjoyed. It was well
I'm glad.
appreciated.
I was impressed.
Beautiful weather for it.
It was.
It
I-
was.
I got the thing you guys kept commenting on more than anything were the smiles.
Oh my gosh.
The,
Yeah.
the kids would just light up when you'd go to hand them stuff.
And they were so good. So polite.
Anything further, Jen?
Nope, that is all. Well, and the next event I'm gonna start on is the farmer's market. Try to get that kicking,
Awesome.
stuff kicking with vendors and whatever else I need to.
Brenda, if William can't make it in time, do you have anything on ratification of emergency expenditures?
Nothing.
Okay, anything else on finance?
No.
Brett, you have anything on finance?
I do not.
I figured you're on the other committees.
Don't let them spend the money. Try not to.
Do that. All right, Jared, ordinance enforcement.
Nothing at this time.
All right, John and Parks.
No, this evening, just reminding everyone, Meet the Candidates is March 31st. Starts at 7. I will be hosting the event. I hope everyone can join us online for what should be a very informative evening, where we can get to know the candidates running for office. That's all I have.
Actually, I have the remainder of the thing I had is on your committee. The resident asked about lights in the park. If we ever have any plans for this time of year or right behind Sandy's house, putting up big shiny lights. No, what, in this park mainly.
All of the parks close at dusk.
Right, that's why.
Yeah, That's why there's no.
They were asking, but I thought, for a lot of the bike path and stuff in the summertime, there's some parks, I know in Rockford, their parks close at 10 PM because it wasn't a bad idea. I mean, especially in the spring and in the fall when it gets dark before, when the weather's still good, you could have the lights shut off at the time when the park closes. Wasn't bad. So it's definitely something to consider.
Because I know we had talked about it before, and it was the fact that the parks closed at dusk. As I know we had talked about it before when we were talking about projects.
Yeah, I think it was.
About like 3 years ago, I think we talked about it.
And with some of the cutbacks with the budget and stuff, I mean, it's a great idea, but I'm sure the cost would be. And then that would just encourage people to stay at the park later. So it'd be a lot to think about. It is a good idea, though. It'd be something to consider.
I told the gentleman I'd bring it up to the board. It was the first opportunity was
I
this
was gonna
evening.
say having lights will kind of detour.
Or make people think we're open.
Well, I'm just
Well-
thinking,
Right, the ones that go out there and hide in the dark now and create
Right.
mischief
Sure,
would be
sure.
less likely to be out there creating mischief if they had lights on them.
right,
John, I
Mischief.
apologize if you said so. What time does Meet the Candidate night start?
Join us online at 7.
Thank you.
Seats are limited in the building, so it'd probably be best everyone just joins us online for what should be a very informative evening.
Thank you.
Good job, Mark.
Anything further, Jen?
Nothing. You're
All right, stop that. Chris, streets?
Yeah, the only thing I had for is everybody is that, alls I wanted to say is that for anybody out there whose yard may have been damaged by our plows or whatever, when it's appropriate, we'll come by and fill them with dirt and seed. Is that correct, Fergie?
That is correct, yes.
We don't put sod down. It's, first of all, very expensive. And secondly, the only time we do put sod down is if it's an area that has a high volume of water that would wash away the dirt and seed. But I'm sure we'll be getting to that when time is available.
Typically, we wait till spring is kind of starting to wrap up when the rainy season, because basically otherwise we go out, do the work and then go back a day later and do the work again after it rains. So yes, but we will be starting as soon as weather cooperates with us.
How do we know when that, is that stuff we're catching or are people calling us?
It's a little both. I mean, we keep track of the areas as we're throughout the subdivision, throughout the town, we keep track of it. Homeowners will let us know as well. So
Hey,
it's a combination of both.
William's here.
I make a motion that William Lushlinger participate remotely due to work.
I'll second Luxinger.
John makes a motion to allow William Luxinger to attend remotely due to work. Jen seconds. Roll call, please.
John,
Yes.
Dina,
Yes.
Present.
William, is absent, Jen,
Yes.
Jared,
Present.
Wait,
he said present.
He said present.
Still 3 people.
7:14.
Uh,
I am gonna say one
Well,
thing.
hold on, let's finish this.
Okay.
We got to call William in.
William,
I'm here. Okay,
Okay.
all yours.
So the only thing I want to just make a comment, it's not anything that I'm not understanding, so I need to ask on the present thing. Is the present thing just because we don't want to say yes and we don't want to say no on record? What's the present mean? I just need to know.
I can tell you why I say
Please.
present, because when COVID's over, I don't care what anybody's reason is for not attending. I'm going to vote no.
So what does present mean now?
Present means that I'm not voting against it, and basically it puts you in the yes column without saying yes.
So abstaining wouldn't be the same then?
No,
Okay.
then it would be different.
Okay, so thank you for clarifying that for me.
Sorry,
So-
am I wrong?
not, you are wrong. I actually had
Oh.
to call
That's working with the
Ian
majority.
Bolin on this exact same question, the village attorney, because I had to have Rick call in, do a roll call with you to make sure that I had a yes. So I called Dan and I said, what does that present mean? And he said it's a neutral vote. And so I'm to treat it exactly as if you had said abstain. So whether you say abstain or whether you say present, I am treating you with the majority of the yeses.
Can you get that in writing? Because he told me in a meeting that basically speaking, it's a yes
Present is
vote.
not a valid vote.
Oh, he said it goes with the yes side.
So,
Which
yeah,
is a-
That's
So-
what he told me
So-
in the meeting.
Here,
And
here's.
actually, so,
So just back up. So on the web, abstention, the definition, it says in the United States House of Representatives and many other legislatures, which you are, members may vote present rather than against or for a bill or resolution, which has the effect of an abstention.
It is. It's an
Abstentions don't go to the positive, abstentions go to the majority.
There
okay,
you go.
You're going with
Okay.
All right, that works
Okay.
for me.
thank you for clarifying
So-
that. So I don't have a concern with that. I wanted to know what it meant first before I asked my
Yeah.
question. My next question is, did Jared just say present?
He did.
So my question is then, and I don't understand, so if maybe Jared, you could clarify for me, not that this is a major deal, but if you asked us to allow you to attend remotely due to childcare, which that was supported, and we said yes, I am not clear on why when William is.
Because I knew present
Can I
went
finish?
as a
Can I
majority of vote.
Can I finish? While
Sure, why not?
William is working from, while he's trying to participate from work and we're voting, I don't understand why you said present instead of yes.
Because it goes the majority of the vote.
Why can't, why would you not just say yes then and promote the fact that he's from work and you're from home? I'm not understanding.
Well, I
that.
guess next time I will say yes.
Okay, I appreciate you clarifying that. Thank you.
The truth is I should vote yes while COVID's on, because that's a valid, to me, that's something beyond anybody's control. So I probably should be voting yes
I
too.
know.
Well, and I apologize for bringing it up, but honestly,
Will you
it's been.
stop that?
It's been kind of a little bit of a sticking point for me a little bit. And I thought I should clarify, but I truly just didn't understand why we supported Jared to do it from home, which I would. and William, why we get a present for
Well,
William.
the truth is I should vote I should vote yes, and I will until COVID's over.
And I appreciate that,
But after COVID's over, I'm going to
You're
vote
gonna be a
no.
no.
Right, for
Because you
no
think
matter
I
what
should
the
be a-
reason is.
because that's just how you believe
So-
that.
No,
should be.
because we've had issues with meetings, people, ideas getting across and feedback when people are either,
Because it's hard to like,
yes,
because I know you and I, yeah, we did in the one meeting where it seemed like
Yes.
we were really at each other. and It
Right.
wasn't meant to be that way.
right. So to
Okay.
me, I just
Yours is a
prefer,
communication issue.
yes.
Okay, thank you
So
for
just to
clarifying.
clarify, abstention and present are pretty much the same. They will go with the majority vote.
Okay,
If you recuse yourself, then it's effectively you're refusing to vote. Your vote will not count either way.
So.
and I appreciate everybody clarifying that for me, so I
And
can,
I'm actually super glad you brought this up. So in my conversation with Dan Boland, present is not technically a voting under the Roberts Rules of Order. So if you'd like to vote present, I would prefer if you would use abstain instead of present, simply because it makes my ability to count your vote easier. Because I know clearly
All
you
right,
just want to go with the majority.
all right,
okay. And
All right.
thank you very much for that.
no
And-
problem.
And Jared, thank you as well. Sorry about that, William. I didn't mean to like make everything get stretched out. I just needed to clarify because I was
Hey,
struggling.
look, there he is.
I was excited. I left a good opening for me to also ask for the abstention.
I understand what Chris is saying about the,
Majority supported everybody attending.
Yes, I also would recommend anybody who did attend remotely, maybe William can speak to this, who attended remotely pre-COVID, our ability to have a meeting coherently has increased 1,000 times,
Oh, without a
where we
doubt.
can hear people better, and see people. And so I do recommend that if somebody needs to be in that position under one of the allowed exemptions, that they try it one more time, because it really has improved greatly, because we've been forced to.
Oh, and thank you, Sandy, because you're the one that's been bringing in
All of this.
technology and spending extra time
Yeah.
making sure this all works.
Don't thank me. Rick had a nice base down, so all I had to do was plug in some stuff.
Well done.
Well, then
Well, it
Bre-
looks like
okay,
it's
let's
one
not
of the-
forget Brenda. She got all of us our money back.
I know.
All right.
Well, thank you to everyone, because it
Yeah,
has
was a
gotten
group effort,
better.
but
Awesome.
It's definitely increased, Chris. So I do recommend if you ever need it to try it again.
Yeah, so the base was on audio, was not on all the
No.
meeting attendance and everything you've done up there. So don't cut that short.
No, it's good.
So before
good.
we got
Side-
sidetracked by,
Sorry.
no, it was mine, because I saw William's name pop up there. Was there anything else we wanted to add?
I just want to let everyone know that, in case anyone is interested, we have still not received our new dump truck. Chris checks in every so often to see if we've got it. We have still not received it. I did speak with Benel, I believe it was last Thursday or Friday. We are waiting on the light bar that goes on the roof. Supposedly they are not getting them. They're not getting any response from the manufacturer. I guess the truck was basically done. They said they had to button up a few things. I don't know if that means odds and ends or build the truck. So we're still waiting. We're 4 months in.
November was our original delivery.
December,
date.
beginning of December, I think. December 3rd was when we were supposed to see it. So I think it's out there somewhere. So we should hopefully have an answer by this Friday, whether the light bar has come in or not. So
Before the snow flies?
maybe.
That could be Friday, by the way.
It could be. So anyway, just wanted everyone to know.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Chris.
That's it for streets and ditches.
All right, we'll move back to William, Finance.
I don't believe I have anything on the agenda.
We already covered the emergency expenditures, so there's nothing. All right, then we'll move down to utilities.
Um,
Dina,
Unless Brett has anything, I do not.
We did, everyone approved the diffusers for the digester, so those came in Friday.
Oh, good.
So Rex and I and Kyle were down there pretty much all day today, cutting off the old ones and getting it prepped for the new ones. So
Very good.
probably a couple more days worth of work. So
Thank you.
it is moving on.
Excellent.
No, because I don't remember when the date is. You keep track of that. I don't.
All right. Do you want me to mention it?
If you would like, go right ahead.
So there is, I did talk to McMahon. We do have an opening date for the SCADA bid project. We are aiming for April 12th for an opening, which means that you guys will see it in your board packets. That is a board meeting voting week, so it'll be,
It's a Monday, isn't it? The 12th?
the opening is on a Monday, the 12th, and then it'll be in your board packet on the 20th at the committee level and for approval on the 27th of April, which means hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we will be able to tighten up some of the project bid numbers for budgets as well. But yep,
That's
we
awesome.
scheduled it for the 12th. I'll get you an exact time if you want to
Okay.
attend.
And speaking of that, Sandy, thank you. I did talk with Jason Vose today. He is going to be getting this, basically it'll be like a T&M thing, an hourly rate. That we can kind of decide how much oversight, how much, construction observation, whatever you want to call it on this particular project, that the board might be interested in doing. So we'll get that number from him. And then once I told him, I think once we open bids and maybe we see who actually gets the contract, that may change a little, because if it's someone we know how they work, what they do, we may not need as much as someone we've never heard of. So we'll get back to you on that with numbers and
Makes
and
sense.
everything. So
Thank you.
thank you.
All right. And economic development, anybody? So I did reach out to the person that wanted to bring a grocery store to town, see if they have any interest. I have not heard back from them. I would assume they're probably not in the market at this time, but definitely want to keep contact with them. So, anything further from the board members? Officers?
I want to make a statement on, I would like to say something on what was discussed as soon as I came into the meeting.
Go ahead.
You're ready. I agree with what Chris is saying, that it's very hard to carry on a debate or lengthy discussion via Zoom in like this format, and not misinterpret meaning and intentions and words and everything else. My career doesn't allow me to be there every Tuesday night. However, I use this format just to stay informed with what the board is doing and discussing. And I don't normally interject in this fashion unless I have to. I typically sit back and listen, and I don't always, but it's a means for me just to stay up to date on what the board is discussing. And so when I do come back next week in person and everything else, I am up to date. It's more along the lines of me being informed. So I just wanted the board to know that is why I participate during my work days.
That makes sense.
Yep, thank you, William.
All right. Anything further from the board members?
Don't forget.
Officers? Employees?
Don't forget your public.
Public?
Public? Glenda?
Yes, I'd just like to make a comment about the technology. I can actually hear you guys better on the Zoom than I can when I'm there in person.
Wow. Good, great.
Good to know.
Thank you.
Thanks, Glenn.
Anything further?
Motion to adjourn.
No, sir.
Oops.
John makes a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Dina seconds.
Thought he was pudging.
Roll call, please.
Dina,
Nudging me.
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
William,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Jared,
Yes.
John.
Yes.
The time?
7:25.
I thought that was,
Night,
I thought
everybody.
that was the
Good night.
nudge, Rick.
Thank you.